then when they initially told us we had to shut down, I was thinking, like, oh, we'll be out for like a week or two. It's going to, 14 days, the quarantine. Once people quarantine, we're good. So after the 2 weeks, they're like, yeah, no, this is going to be a little longer than this. And, during those 2 weeks, you just kind of buy your time doing whatever. But as it started growing longer and longer, and we're here together, which is not the norm, we're busy. We're in passing for the most part. Like she's coming in, I'm going out, all those things. So it's not really concentrated time. And so that concentrated time started being like, well, you're in my space and I'm in your space. That concentrated
time started being like, if you breathe one more breath this way,
why are you where I am right now?
So thank God for multiple bedrooms. Okay. Just to have a breather. But she's right. In us knowing each other for over 30 years, being together for 20 or whatever the numbers are, we have never spent this much concentrated time together because we are always moving and shaking. And just like she said, we're like two ships passing in the night with our actual work schedules. I work nights because of my shows and she works days because she's a barber. And so we would literally spend like dinner time together or our off days, which was Mondays and Sunday. Well, for her, Sundays and Mondays, but my only off day when I'm on Broadway is just Mondays. So we would spend our off days together and that will be amazing because it's like all week we've been passing and just little time here, little time there. But to go from that to now all we have is time together.
24 hours.
It was like, oh, have you been doing this for 20 years? Because I know I don't like that. Like it was stuff like that. And it was, or the opposite of that. Like we hadn't been able to sit on the couch and like laugh forever, or like I said, we were able to eat dinner, but it was always, I gotta go. Someone has to move, someone has to shake. So just to be able to sit down and like eat dinner together and not have any obligation was nice. Yeah. Or is still is nice because, it's still essentially happening. But it was just really understanding like, oh, now we get to really learn each other.
And for me to see him sitting on the couch, putting butt prints in the couch, is a little bit frustrating, what I'm used to going and doing.
Well, see, my observation is that all day she comes in and I've been home all day by myself.
Watching TV.
And when she comes in, I'm sitting on the couch. So she just assumes that's what I've been doing all day, which is not the case.
No, that's true. No, but I've been home 24/7 with him and seeing him put the butt prints on the couch 24/7.
And she just like sitting upstairs watching HGTV for 6 hours a day.
What? I'm working at the computer. I'm doing my job. That's my relaxation after my work. After my job.
Okay, whatever she says.
Before the pandemic, we had actually discussed moving in together because last year around this time we were still in separate apartments, and my lease was actually about to be up, and we were discussing, should we continue living separately or should we, just move in together and financially be better and just makes travel easier. So we decided to let's move, and it was like just at the nick of time too. By February, I moved in, and that's when the lockdown started happening. So we did it at the right time. But it wasn't like a natural. Well, I don't want to say natural, but I don't want to say forced either. But it was like our cohabitating. Is that a word? Our cohabitation was like on a fast track rather than something natural or like something forced. So it was fast track. And I mean, normally, like when you put people together, especially in a room and lockdown, you can't go anywhere. Bad stuff tends to happen. But you know what? It was the exact opposite, to be honest with you, because we just enjoyed each other more. Yeah. And even that following 2 months, March and April, our job, we were actually also locked down. Like we couldn't go into work. So we were both working remotely. So she was at one side of the living room, and then I was on the other side, and then we were just doing our thing. She was doing her Zoom calls, I was doing my Zoom calls. We were speaking on top of each other sometimes. But, you know, like all that stuff, like didn't really mean anything. All that little things like, you know, you're talking too fast kind of thing, or you're talking too loud. It just like, you know, at the end of the day, we were like, I'm living with her and we've not killed each other yet. By August, I'm like, okay, you know.
I think we learned that we really do like each other. And that is important. That is very, very important. Like, it's one thing to be in a relationship, but you have to really like the person that you are with. And I honestly, it was a little discouraging just seeing like how many, you know, people did not make it, how many relationships did not make it through the pandemic, unfortunately. But we really do realize that we really like each other. We enjoy spending time together. We don't get tired of one another. And we really like doing things by ourselves together, and we don't get tired of one another. And I think that makes, that was a huge realization for us during this pandemic. So we obviously know that we can, you know, live together, but we really do like each other.
You like me?
Yes, I like
you.
Well, I know for myself, I can appreciate that Ty understands me in terms of like just needing space and needing like my own time. I think with the quarantine, it made it so that we're together, you know, 24/7. And for me, it was just like, I was going crazy after a while, like, oh my, I gotta get out, I cannot. But he wasn't offended by it. You know, like I think he really understood me in that way. So it just made me appreciate him more.
I feel the same. You know, as far as knowing her and knowing when to kind of pull away and when she needs time alone, and also I need time alone as well. I think that's just important. And with this quarantine, you're up underneath each other. There is no place to go. And that's when you can be very nitpicky about one another, you know.
Who's nitpicky?
Like, you know, well, I'm nitpicky about stuff. I'm very nitpicky.
Clarification.
It's just certain things like you asked. There's certain things that you didn't know about your partner. Like, I didn't know that my wife had she speaks loud like an alcoholic, just very loud on these conference calls. And sometimes I can't get any work done. I love her, but I didn't realize how loud she was until the pandemic. So space keeps us together. So space keeps us together. Yeah. Sometimes you got to read the environment, like, you know what? I'm gonna go and take this call in the car. I'm gonna be out there for about an hour or so. And it's gonna benefit us. It's gonna be better for us. Yeah.